Chatting away, chatting away. Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. Hey, everyone. Sorry we're late. It's time for What's Sold in June. So, offline, we're just preparing for this, and we're chatting with Elisa and Carl about his trip to Italy and what Elisa was buying, and she's showing me some stuff that she got, this doll stuff, and Rick's coming on, he's got a new haircut, and all of a sudden Carl says, what time is it? It's like, oh my God. So welcome to Two Dogs Dinks, slightly late Hall Pass live. I don't know. I also forgot to post in Craft that we were doing this, but hopefully everybody remembers us for a Tuesday night where we are live. So let me just see how I do this, because now I've got more people here, and I got to open up this way. So we are here with Mr. Carl, who we have not seen in 2 months. Back from his lovely trip to Italy. Elisa, the teacher on Summer Break Dog.
Yay!
Awesome.
And Mr. Good Dog. Or Becky with the good hair.
Yeah.
Look sharp.
It's because I threatened that I would actually put his hair
It
in
was
a top
the
knot.
Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking and a top knot. And he'd have to do the show that way. And then today he surprised me and went out and got his hair cut. So... hello, hey Carl and Melisa, how have you been? We haven't seen you, Carl, in 2 months, but half of that you were in Italy. You globe-trotting traveler, you.
Half of that was Italy, and half of that was COVID.
Oh, were you sick too?
Yeah, when we got back, we had it bad for 2 weeks, but
jeez,
no, back. Everything's healthy now. Just got a bit of a cough,
good.
but it's good. Yeah.
And Elisa, you finished school when? As of what day? Last week?
June 13th.
Oh, so you're off now until Labor Day?
Yeah, right now. I think it's like the last week of August, but I'm milking it as much as I can. I'm gonna spend the summer trying to get organized, get all my inventory together, so I don't lose stuff like I lost 2 things today. Oops. I'm looking for it.
Well, actually,
I found something fantastic today in something we were going to be putting on Max Soul. A Mary Tyler Moore script from a Broadway, what was it? Gypsy on Broadway was doing an online auction to raise money.
Yeah.
Run by Bernadette Peters and her group. I think it was related to dogs as well. Might have been that one. But Craig had bought a script for $100. And it was sitting out on the deck in a file folder that we were on a little cart that we're putting into Max Sold, and I'm rummaging through and I see this bright orange strip, and it's like, what the heck? Craig, do you mean to put this with this? He said no. And my favorite thing is it's the Chuckles the Clown script.
And that's really famous, right?
And it's signed by Mary Tyler Moore. So
yeah, so it's supposedly, I think it may be the number one, like on like AFI's television, like best episodes of best comedy episodes. It may be the number one episode. If you have not seen it, I suggest you try and find a way to look it up. Chuckles the Clown was an infamous character who did appear, I believe, once in the show, but basically he was just this clown. And this happens to be Chuckles the Clown gets killed.
Yeah.
He gets shelled by a rogue elephant at a parade.
He was dressed as a peanut.
Dressed as a peanut. So
ransom.
And it is a brilliantly absurd and funny episode. I think it won a couple of Emmys, but this happened to be in 2003. I found this at a thing called Broadway Barks, which is a charity that was actually started by Mary Tyler Moore and Bernadette Peters in New York for rescue dogs. And they just do things every year with Broadway Barks where they actually have a lot of the shows that are on Broadway donate like signed playbills and all sorts of things like that. And I guess in 2003, I found that they were doing this auction. And one of the things was a copy of Chuckles the Clown script signed by Mary Tyler Moore. So I bought it on eBay. I bought it for $99 21 years ago. And the funny thing was I actually printed out. He also found beside the script, I had the printout of my eBay page that I bought from too. So I have the printout of what I paid, that it was a sort of the provenance that it came from Broadway Bark, and that it was really Mary Tyler Moore. But oh, I forgot all about it. I had no idea I was throwing it out practically.
Oh my god.
A little song, a little dance, a little salsa in
down
your
your
pants.
So,
What's it called when you laugh at the wrong time? Is that Schadenfreude?
No, that's when you laugh at somebody's misfortune.
yeah,
Same thing. Dead clown. It's all good.
yeah. Yes, it has this. Yeah, it has one of those sort of things.
Yeah, Mary chastises everybody in the newsroom for making fun of the way that Chuckles dies. And then at the funeral, she can't stop her own laughing during the funeral service.
Until the priest says to her, "Laugh. That's what Chuckles would want," and then she bursts out crying. So no, it's a brilliant, brilliant show. A big hello to everyone who has joined us here. Hey, Janet's here. Lisa. Let's see who else we got. Donna, Kevin, Diana, Tina, Julie, Kathy, Michael. Hello, everyone. Louette, Susan, Mr. Brian. Greg is watching from the home instead of the TV. Andrew, if I didn't say Andrew already. Marianne, Letha. Sometimes I say people's names twice. Charmaine, Vinyl Mine. Hello to you. Julie. Let's see. Dawn. Who else we're gonna see? I don't know who else we're gonna see on here. I'm probably missing people. Heather and Bob. Sherry. Susie and Nancy. Yay! Thanks for all popping in and joining us. And a special big thanks to those of you who are Kennel Club members. I will be doing a new Kennel Club Woof, a watch out for, later on this week. So that will appear if you have your YouTube notices set up. It will appear on your YouTube notices that a Kennel Club video is up for a new watch out for. And I will also post it in the community section. So again, if you go to Two Dogs Digs on YouTube, you'll see a community tab and you'll be able to go there and see the video when we post it up there. So, but again, today is all about what sold in the past month for Elisa and myself, and for a bunch of folks. So many amazing things from so many different platforms, actually, as well, that were sold. And we're going to show you a bunch of those from people in our craft group. So I love that. We've got Facebook sales, we've got Etsy sales, we've got eBay sales, and such a wide variety of things too, and some great little stories about each one of the things that sold. But yeah, and Carl is going to show you some stuff that's sort of May and sort of June, and had his store closed. So and he had COVID. So he had COVID and a closed store. So he had a few less sales, and then Elisa
probably sold more than we did last week.
Possibly. Then Elisa, you actually sent me and go, here's the few sales I had this month. So you might not have a great month of June. June and May are terrible months for us. We keep telling people that all the time. Overall, are they normally bad months for you, Carl, Elisa?
Yeah, generally. And I'm only got $80 this week, which I think is the lowest in like 4 years or something.
That was ours last week, 85.
Yeah, it's well, actually, I think the last year or more has been dismal for me. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we had a really good weekend. So we ended up selling a bunch of stuff on Facebook. I did some Facebook market sales. We did an Etsy sale. We had sales on a couple of auctions ending. So we did pretty good with the weekend compared to, I think we sold more this past weekend than we did in the past 2.5 weeks.
We did.
So that's actually really good.
A couple of those were offers too, which is kind of nice that offers are still working.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is start off, though, right off the bat. We're going to start off with 3 things that were other folks' sales. So let's start off right at the bat with some other folks' sales. So this is from our craft group. So you hold on a second, because I have to do a little double sort of. It's strange when I'm doing this, because what I got to do is I got to open Facebook on top of what I see here. So I don't see what I'm showing you. So it's a little confusing sometimes to me. So this particular item, this is Janet London Wire. And this was her favorite sale. She said it was so fun. She bought at a yard sale for $2. And it took about 2 weeks to sell. Phantasma platform shoes.
5-inch platform shoes.
Wow. Okay.
Platform shoes.
I would have worn those in high school.
$38.52. She found them for $2 at a sale.
It's like Fred Gwynn from the Monsters.
Yeah, they
other
do look a lot like that, don't they?
I would have worn them in my goth phase in high school.
You had a goth face? That's awesome.
eyeliner. Awesome.
It lasted a week. I was beaten up by a goth girl.
Oh no. Oh no.
She thought I was making fun of her.
Is that when your Flock of Seagulls hair was in there too?
Around that period.
Around that time.
I love that time period. I would go to bars myself. Anyways, keep going.
Next one up, actually, great little story. This is actually Sherilyn Pelosi, and she said that, hope I'm pronouncing the last name right, Sherilyn. Her favorite sale last month was vintage Hallmark stickers. She bought over 30 packs at a Goodwill in South Dakota last summer for $1 each pack. Her best friend were on a road trip from BC to Ontario, and the brakes on her van needed to be replaced when they arrived in South Dakota. So they actually ended up going shopping at the Goodwill. Yeah. Within a few weeks of being back, she sold enough of the stickers to pay for the brake repair.
Nice.
Nice.
And almost a year and a half later, and the lady still has a few packages left in selling. So her friend bought them. This one you see here, Jeepers Peepers Cats, sold for $50.
Oh my
Chester Cat.
No
I
way.
remember Chester Cat. I don't know why.
Is Chester Cat a thing? I've never heard of Chester Cat.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, how old are those? Those don't look that old.
They don't. They honestly, they don't really look that old, do they? That's the photo I've got of them. Let's see if I got another picture.
Maybe 90s.
Like I saw quite a few stickers.
Looks like there it might say 1984 down in the corner, down on bottom here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, who would have thought that they would have been like? You'd see a pack like that for $1. I would probably buy them if I saw a pack like that for $1, but I wouldn't necessarily expect that would sell for $50.
Yeah. If it's Sandy Lion, okay.
Sandy Lion, yeah, but Hallmark, that's actually something that's a little unexpected with them. Mm-hmm. Next one up is from here, Mandy Kennett, and it is Mandy actually had this I never say it right, Swarovski bird bath. It was her mom's, and interesting messages back and forth with the person and the recipient's story. Once it was received, it's gone to somewhere where it will be very much appreciated. And the recipient said, it arrived safely. Thanks so much. Somebody who only had 3 feedback too. So people are always afraid to sell to people with under 10 feedback or something like that. So they originally had said, I bought one of these back in Europe in the 80s and it's broken several times. I'll buy this one from you in an instant if you can assure me it's in great shape and has never been glued or repaired. Mandy said, yes, it's in excellent condition. It was my mom's. It's been packed away for 20 years, never broken, no chips. And the person gave her positive feedback and said, it arrived safely. It's perfect. Our original one was purchased in Austria in the 80s and damaged. My partner and I will be celebrating our 50th anniversary together, and I'm surprising him with this replacement, and the weight is killing me.
I like the setup of the photo too.
Yeah, that's actually quite nice. That's the only
glass is really hard to photograph.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The black background works really nice. I don't know, again, what the other photos are in there, and this is a sale that she had on eBay. So let's pop to a sale that literally surprised me, and this is actually one of Elisa's. And I'll show you why it surprised me. Let me just go to this picture. This is a Jolly Time paint box. Now, everybody says, like, okay, it's a paint box. It's old. This is what threw me off. Look at the inside of this. I would never have thought to purchase something that is literally so used. What made you decide to pick it up? Or did you steal it from the school?
That would have been fun. No, it was during the, I don't know, I must have gotten like 15 years ago when I was, I was getting everything like industrial, what is it, industrial chic phase. My industrial, everything was wood and old industrial stuff. And I picked that up, and it's been sitting in my cabinet. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna finally list this thing. And I'm like, there's kind of cool paints because I've been watching this shorts YouTube person who talks about really old paint and how they don't make some of these colors anymore because they're toxic, like arsenic and stuff like that. So I'm like, someone might want
Did
it.
you lick them?
They're tasty. I mean, I just like the crimson, lavender,
Vermilion.
vermilion.
I also like how you did the pic collage for that your main picture, so that people could see the inside as well as the outside right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good sale. I mean, it was easy to ship.
Mm.
And $39.
Nice
sale.
Yay.
One of Carl's local team, Go Sports.
Go Sports. Yeah. I just want to show these because this was for garage sales, a huge bag of all these pins, mostly NHL Rough Riders, stuff like that. And I paid $5 for the entire bag. I sometimes talked about I don't mind some of these really cheap things if they're new. And of course, all the pins are new. It goes in a little bubble mailer, and off it goes. And I think I double my money on these silly pins.
Is it the Edmonton Rough Riders?
So there's the Rough Riders, the little one there. I said I don't know what team that is because I know there was two. Canada's so small, but somehow we managed to have the same name twice for our CFL teams, which cracks me up. So I'm wondering, I have no idea what that is, but they were happy. They gave me positive feedback. So it's Go Sports. I don't know anything about sports, but pins are nice and easy. It's they take up no room, It's
Did you pick up more than those three, or were there?
Oh yeah, it was a big bag for $5, and then one was
wow.
I just want to get rid of these. There's gonna be slow. They're all gonna be slow sellers, and none of them are gonna be that'll probably be the top price, and that's because I put three together.
Yep.
But it's so. I find if it's easy to list, I actually might list it. So it's with pins, it's just front and back, front back, and you're done, right?
Yeah, we did. There was an estate sale we went to probably about 4 years ago, before COVID, and there was this little plaque, and it was the NHL pins for teams.
Yeah.
And it was missing a couple of the teams. But I said, how much do you want for this? And he said $2. And there were, I don't know, 40 teams on the thing. Well, we ended up looking it up once we got it, and he had a couple extra team buttons in the little plastic baggies, but he didn't have the complete set. And I ended up looking it up, and the team pins were selling for $14.99 a piece.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we have 3 left from about
That's
35 or 40 of them. And about once every 6 weeks or so,
a
$15 pin will sell. So
yeah, you know what I won't pick up anymore is those trophies. Have you ever seen the NHL trophies?
the little
Stanley
McDonald's ones?
Yeah, the Stanley Cups. Yeah, I remember I picked up those and it took forever to sell those.
I just shipped off 2 pins, pin backs from 1970s that were advertising X-rated movies.
Oh, that's cool. That's great.
I
I
know.
love stuff like that.
I know. I'll
Cracks
share
me up.
next month.
Here is one that, and this is where'd it go? This is one Rick wanted me to show you. So I will let Rick talk to you.
Is this what you're talking
Oh,
about?
that's it. Yeah, that's actually, we still have some pins on that one.
Yeah, we've sold probably 3/4 of them.
Is that the second one? Yeah, I think we actually found more of those after we found that one. Once we started selling them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have the Eagles? Philadelphia Eagles.
Go score.
What?
It would take me forever to find it because I had no idea which one that is.
I don't either. That's just yeah, no.
I'm hoping there's an eagle on it.
No, it's a Kelly Green helmet usually.
No.
Okay, Rick, this is you. Pay attention. No, pay attention
It's
to this.
listening.
Pay attention. This is you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, that was NHL.
So do you remember when we were in Avon and I sent a picture? I did put a picture of this in the Canadian Facebook group. I walked by the table. I saw that. It looked a little muddy and sort of, and then I looked a little bit closer and I saw, oh, it's a decanter. It's not a little wooden carving. And I looked at the price. They wanted $10 for it. I walked away, and then I got about 3 tables away, and then I walked back and I bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't bother looking it up when I bought it. I just thought, Tiki decanter, it's rum. So,
I like the butt.
Yeah, me too.
yeah. So, anyways, I paid the $10, and I listed it last week for $200.
No, you didn't.
And Craig sent an offer out, I think 2 days after I listed it, for $175, and it sold immediately.
Wow, good for you.
So
And it's missing the stopper. There should be a cork stopper in the back of his head.
Yeah.
But it has the label, and a few of the others that are listed right now don't have the label. And it is from the 70s, so
That's great. And it screamed at you to go back and get it too.
yeah. I've been avoiding a lot of Tiki stuff, but I just couldn't resist.
It's like a peanut
it does.
with a butt.
A peanut with the butt.
It is a little, yeah, it is a little weird. Now, here's something that it surprises me when people sell little baby. So again, I think Elisa, you and Carl and I, we are really the definition of random resellers in terms of what it is we pick up. And it's like, this is a typical thing. Like, you picked up some even flow baby comb and brush. Like, what made you pick those up? Just because they looked old?
Well, yeah, they're from, I think, 1984.
86, yep.
86. And well, number one, they're vintage. People are weird. They like stuff like weird. And so I marketed, I'm not sure if it's in the title, but I marketed it as almost like a fetish thing. Or
Oh, what?
and a gender reveal party thing. You know, like, oh, you were born in 1986, you're having a baby. Look, here's the same brush that mommy had for you at your baby shower. So gender reveal parties. I don't know if the fetish thing is in the, it's not in the title, but it might be in the description. I'm not sure. But
Okay.
Maybe
No, it's down here. No, it's down here.
It is?
Gender reveal parties or baby
Oh my God.
cosplay.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's thinking outside the box. I must admit.
Now, when you type baby cosplay into the eBay search bar, does it autocomplete?
I don't know.
Nice try, Rick. I'm not typing that in.
It does autocomplete.
It autocompletes, therefore
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
searching for it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But I have like different ones, like even flow, and I have Gerber. So
Oh.
different colors. Like, oh, geez.
Stop. We don't want another incident.
No, we do
I'm
not.
not exactly sure. Like, a lot of these are baby costumes, right? So it's not really
Are
cosplay,
you sure they're
Except
baby
maybe-
costumes?
except maybe that one.
That's scary. So I have a whole. I bought a whole bunch. Like I bought like a whole bunch of them. I put them in sets. I have white ones, pink ones, blue ones. So I don't know if I should put the So that's the only set that's sold so far. But it was I think they were $1 each.
Diana, it's safe to look now. Stop scrolling.
Every time you go search now, you're gonna find fetish stuff.
Yes, but it's just interesting again that like the keyword is something that eBay finished on its own, but I don't know why. But there's obviously people typing in baby cosplay, and now I'm going to think, okay, I could use this. No, not that I could use this personally. Okay. Oh, look, Carl, look what you have.
My stuff is so boring. It's like, oh,
It's a dongle.
it's a dongle.
Mhm.
A baby dongle.
Oh, so cute.
The thing about these is they sell so fast. Like I picked this up, it sold within a day. You find them in electronic walls. It's like a free for $40 sitting there. They sell quick.
Oh,
and you
okay,
can still
rock
find the damn
band.
things. So
Did you find this like on I know in a lot of the Value Village and Savers they have sort of electronic baggy walls.
yeah,
Is
it's a
that where
baggy
you
wall for
found it?
electronics. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, with the remotes and everything.
See, I would not
Oh.
even know what this is. Is it? I guess when you look at the picture, you can see the word rock band barely.
They're so to me they're just recognizable because they all look pretty well like this.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So
and like
look
that's
for a square box with a USB cord on it.
or round
And a
box.
little
Or-
button and a round red LED.
Yeah, they're all kind of like slightly different. Like some of them around, but they can be worth quite a bit of money.
For
Not
people
all.
with a dongle fetish.
Yeah, no, there we go. It's a little more exciting now. But they're quick sellers, and they've been in demand for a long time, and they're easy to ship. And for me, for testing, when I say testing, I just put it into my computer. Like that's why I have the picture showing the little red light turned on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they've always worked. So
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. They're just passing a signal from the guitar to the computer.
exactly, and they're in high demand. So
And what would you pay for something like that usually when you find it in a store?
well, usually they're gonna ask like $6 at most, but obviously I would pay up to I don't know, at least 10. But they don't ask that much. And sometimes
Some
if
of
you're
them
really
sell for
lucky,
more?
they'll have like 3 or 4 of them in one bag.
Do some of them sell for more than that?
Yeah, they can. I think that's probably near the top of the price, but yeah, there's if you can find them, there's some that just sell for like $15, so you have to be a little careful, I guess, but it's worth it. The thing is, they're fast. They're fast. They're not going to sit in your inventory as long as you price them reasonably. I love all those kind of little electronics. Even the guitars, and I've shown before, they do well for me.
Charmaine just won a bunch of Rock Band pieces from an auction. She hopes one of those are in there.
Yeah,
Fingers
yeah.
crossed.
Yeah, I have a rock.
This is turning into one of those nice dongles.
Thanks, Scott.
I know I have one in a rock band. I think it's the Stratocaster in my my death pile. I was trying to reach it, but there's going to be a avalanche if I do, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah.
Let's pop on to some other fab sales from our friends in the craft group. So this is actually let's see. This is Tina Pesh, Tina from the Lake Exchange. Sold one of her. She had got back in May. An IWAYA little stuffed pigs, electronic pigs.
Yeah,
So she
the
sold
green
that.
pig.
That was in May. It's they're so cute. But in June, she had this item for a while, but got full price and only paid $3 for it. Easy to ship.
Yeah.
And easy to pack. And yeah, it's literally just like a Hunter ceiling fan. Like that's one of the things that I think a lot of people skip over too, is they just think, oh, okay, I wouldn't look up some. When you're walking in that section, electronics or things like that, and you see people it's because people have bought something and the only thing to double check is when you look at this, make sure it's the original item inside the package.
Yes.
Plastic or box, because we've seen
Yeah.
a lot of times where someone has taken their old plug and stuck it inside the box for some reason to donate.
I've seen that with razors.
Yeah, and the hair clippers, I've seen that a lot. It's really gross.
And lights. I see that all the time where someone I see ceiling lights and stuff like that are donated in the boxes of the new ceiling light.
It's cheaper to donate than to pay the dumping fee.
Yes, but it's just to put it back in the box. It's always been a strange one. And yes, you also do have to watch out for recalls. So there, Tina said, I bought 4 of the walking pigs and she sold 3. Loving the new in package because you can just scan the barcode. Old appliances, that happens as well with old appliances all the time. Now, Julie Kaufman, I think Julie had this for a while, and she finally sold this. It was a thing that I remember her getting it. It was this bulk lot of things, and it's literally like tumble tree timbers. It's a heavy thing. She did free local pickup on it, but it's like this big box. She's got the measurements in there of that sort of build-it-yourself wood stuff. That's a huge box of stuff.
It's like Lincoln Logs.
They look like Lincoln Logs, exactly.
And yeah, she counted them. 719 pieces.
Oh, I thought that was the number of her lot.
Nope, 719 pieces. And best of all, she got it for free.
Nice.
Nice.
So she didn't buy it. She got it for free. It took her a little while to finally list it. She did a little bit of back and forth. The buyer offered 80. Then she said 110. Then the buyer said 95. Then I said 105. And the buyer said 100. Shipping cost, though, for this, $70. They paid $70 to have this shipped. So you can actually look at that and they go, that's one of the reasons they went down by $30 is half the money they save they're going to be spending in the new shipping. But it's so heavy, Julie says.
Yeah, $70 American.
I guess, yeah, you must have counted them, eh, Julie? I remember, when you showed me this, and I was like, that's too heavy to ship. But hey, you sold it. You know what you're doing. Then don't let me tell you not to try and sell something. If someone's going to pay for the shipping, then that's great. This is from Jim Saddlemeyer. Just happened to be a single book.
Yeah.
The Raven, it's actually called Raven Loft. There's the thing there. Baroness of Blood. It's a TSR book. So that's the people who do Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
And it's sold.
TSR.
You paid $1 for it. And it sold for $63 plus shipping.
Nice.
So yeah, anything that has TSR on it, I don't know if you can see it.
Is it like a choose your own adventure, or is it just like for the company?
I don't know. I'm not sure if Jim's in here or not. So, Charmaine just said she has 470 Lincoln Logs posted right now.
How would that be a choose your own adventure? That would be awesome.
It would be, but we do have a whole bunch actually. I just found downstairs. It's sometimes you're looking for stuff. Well, I go downstairs the other day in our house and I see some books, series of books, and I'm like,
all of the series.
I haven't sent an offer on these series in probably 6 or 7 months. All this. You got some books behind you, Carl?
Those are all the choose your own adventure D&D style ones there.
Oh, right back in there. Yep.
Yeah, it's some of the ones I've kept, and I've been selling them left and right. Well, not left and right, once in a while.
G&D? What's that?
You
said choose your own adventure G&D.
D&D.
Oh, D&D. Oh, okay.
Dungeons and Dragons kind of style, yeah.
There's a number of different choose your own adventures. We always tell people that they should pick those up whenever they see them. But I don't know if this Ravenloft one, I know it is a TSR game because I've actually sold the game Ravenloft before and the game parts to it. But I don't know if this is a choose your own or not. But it's still $63 for a paperback book. Is like a great sale.
Anything TSR.
What I was saying is I went downstairs and saw these books and I thought, it's been 6 months. I haven't been able to make an offer on those. I wonder why. Well, because they're not listed.
Somehow they got delisted.
Anywhere. I don't know what happened to the listing. Rick's first comment to me is, well, you probably ended them. I said, I don't know why I would. Now, I actually have heard a number of people making comments lately that every once in a while, it seems that if there's not a lot of activity on some of their items, they just seem to be disappearing from eBay. Somebody who's one of the comments came recently. We were watching a video from Lindy Glenn, and she actually said she had this sort of thought process that it's like when there's a certain amount of something up there, it may very well be in. This is her quote, not mine. That there's an internal algorithm that says we know that if we have more than 10,000 of this listed, it won't sell. There's too many. So anything that's the oldest and it hasn't had a lot of views, if someone new puts one of those in, it drops that off. Like, pew, 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 pew. It just starts dropping off the old ones. The ones
Invaders.
It's yeah. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I do not remember deleting, I think, 5 different book sets that we had up there. So I'm just redoing them. Yeah. Kevin says it happens to me on 5 items. I'm sure it's happened to me. And that's actually one of the things that we're going to be doing our next week or the week after. July for us is the focus of July is it's mid-year. And as Elisa said, it's like time to sort of rejig where it is. It's time to relook at everything. take a look at what you've got in your systems. It's been 6 months since you did that, hopefully for the beginning of the year, and start saying time to purge this, time to redo this, time to drop it off and put it back on. We're going to do a whole show that's all about those kind of things that we look at, because even our inventory, when we did our inventory back in January and February, there may be things that are in our inventory that aren't sitting in inventory anymore that we didn't even realize got dropped off. So we are selling, I think, 50+%, Rick, of the stuff we sell is stuff that's been listed in the past month.
Yeah.
And then
but we've also been very picky about what we've been buying. So I think there's a trade-off. We're not doing volume, we're doing more curated buying.
True, but at the same time, again, we don't know if everything in our A16 box is still live.
That's a fair comment.
So that's why we always say July is like 6-month point for everybody. They should be trying to rethink everything that's going on. So we'll talk more next week about crossless magic, using Facebook. Like, again, I just added some stuff that I hadn't sold to a Facebook group that I found. I did some research and found a Facebook group, and we just sold $150 worth of stuff in this Facebook group. If I hadn't posted it, but it's not normal for me to do Facebook. So it's time to do a couple of those testy kind of things and see. No, you can't go around and touch it and then it sells.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
it has to be incidental.
You can't purposely go and touch it.
No.
You can move something to get to something, and then that thing you moved out of the way, that sells.
That happened to me last week, and I moved it to a horrible spot, and I couldn't find it. So it cursed me, damn it. It's like, I put this somewhere weird.
Charmaine, you have the right idea. We actually planned this last year, and I think we're going to plan this for next year, is we're going to start our garage sale boxes when we're doing this stuff over July and probably into August. And we're going to say, you know what? This is only worth $1. I can't sell it anywhere else. I don't want to donate it, or I can't put it in a max sold auction. Time to put it in the box for a garage.
People and whatnot wouldn't even pay $1 for it.
Yeah, it's not even worth packing or anything along that stuff. So Kevin found out doing your inventory for his garage sale, he found out stuff was missing. So it's too hot to have a garage sale near her.
I know. I am sweating my butt off. I turned the air conditioning off. Yeah, that was a bad idea. But it's Christmas in July. Look, Craig, look. Sorry,
hey,
look. I got new. Look. I like how they vibrate.
They look like Casey from The Friendly Giant.
They really do.
What's the Friendly Giant?
Friendly Giant's actually a Canadian
show.
Kids show.
Huh.
So if you look up
Casey and Finnegan,
you'll find like a thing that looks exactly like that. So Canadians could go mad for something that looks like that.
Oh, sorry, it's Mr. Dress Up, not
Mr. Dress Up.
The Friendly Giant.
Oh, was it? Oh, no, Friendly Giant was the giraffe.
And Lady Elaine?
No, that's Mr. Rogers.
That's Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, the giant, he had something like that. I remember it vaguely.
Mr. Dress Up.
Let's pop on to another one of our souls. We do talk, we always, and I'm just reminding people, we keep telling you, look for interesting plates. I know you may hate selling plates. Look for interesting plates. You never know what you're going to find. Every month I'm going to keep showing you something I asked to keep it in your head that you should look for interesting plates. And this is a perfect example. This was a little crow.
Yeah.
Just saw that. I thought it's by a company called Victorian English Pottery.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Who knows? But just the design of the crow made me go, and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures. It's all I put in, 5 pictures. We had 3 or 4 of these, 3 of them, and we sold them for $50 each. One person bought all 3 for $150, and I think we paid $4.99
for the 4 of them.
For the 3 plates.
We got 4 of them. There was one that had a huge scratch through it that we donated.
But again, it's the sort of thing that we just say, take a look at this, because it's at exactly the kind of thing that people look at. Oh, Lisa Wallace that she sold.
Those are great. I like to look at that a lot.
Yeah, I think the box weighed 8 pounds after I packed it, or 7 pounds.
But again, this person Didn't even think about asking for a best offer or anything like that. Didn't worry about it. We had it as quantity, so the extra shipping was in there for a couple extra bucks for shipping, and they bought all 3, and we've already got positive feedback on that. So it was really nice to be able to see another plate that sold in the month. I've got another. Oh, that's it. Now, it's interesting. This is something really cute, and I didn't put mine up. We just sold some little miniature furniture. So this is something, Elisa, you sold some little dollhouse furniture.
I did. I think it's Fisher Price, which is really interesting because it's plastic and it looks like it should be like, like that really thin wood, balsa wood.
Yep.
F&P. That's Fisher Price, right? Yeah.
Yep, that's Fisher Price.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of different dollhouse furniture. I'm like, okay, and it's a little wind up thing, and I used the word Brentwood or Bentwood in the title.
Yep.
And that's what the kind of rocking chair it is. I'm like, oh, that might make some people they look for. That's a really good technique, I think. Or is it a brand? $
20. Mm-hmm. We actually, and I said we just sold some dollhouse furniture. I put it up 4 days ago, 4 different lots, and we sold I think 1 lot, maybe even 2 lots within 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the babies in the crib.
$25 each.
Yeah, so, it's like, I wouldn't think that would be like plastic. I thought it would be like the balsa wood, junk, but it's pretty solid.
Now, this is not your typical Carl. This is an untypical Carl sale.
No, it's not. I will defend myself, sir.
Is it?
I've sold these quite a few times. These enameled spoons, sterling. The nice thing about this style, and I sold I bought 2 batches in separate packages for some reason. But anyways, they're easy to see when you're looking through all the teaspoons. If you see enameled, like that style of teaspoon, definitely check to see if they're sterling, because it's a quick way of finding these. And I've sold these at least half a dozen times. Not this exact one, but this Russian style.
I don't think you've shown us them before.
I don't
so that's why it was like.
I don't recall any.
This is so not Carl. When I saw this, this is Carl dinnerware. And Carl,
what do you call them? What do you call them?
Enameled Russian spoons, I think.
I think there was like an olive fork or a
lemon and olive fork and spoon. Cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, $65. Wow.
Yeah. And I sold another pair for about less than half, but it was only 2. The main thing, like I said, is you can actually see them.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
You put a picture in of them on a scale. So talk us through, why did you do that as one of your photos?
Because some people care about the silver amount, and it's easy enough for me to do. So,
Does
like,
that
if you're
tell you how much the silver amount is, or is it just that
well,
they're looking at?
They can see how much they weigh, and 92.5% of that is going to be the silver weight. And then if my prices go low enough over enough time, they might be able to buy it for the silver cost. And then I won't get the questions too, like how much do they weigh? I try to remember to do that. So
that's interesting. No, because it's not the sort of thing I would ever think about, like actually putting in there either. So
a nice blurry picture. There you go. but I think the other ones might be okay, right? Oh, look at that! I must be lazy that day. Yeah.
Hey, they still got for $65.
I got positive feedback, so it's all good.
Yeah. Susie has a gold set planning on selling on Etsy. Those are gorgeous. Haven't seen them in blue. Charmaine's saying for making martinis.
Oh, okay.
Susie says they're usually gold plated. And Charmaine said they do not look silver. They look gold in the photo.
Yeah.
Well, they
are pretty. They are pretty.
Yeah. If they're gold, I'd be really upset.
I think they'd have a different mark on them.
They weigh a lot too. I could probably tell from the weight.
Let me just find another of our amazing sales from folks out there on our Facebook group. This is from Sev Gravador. He actually, I'm going to show it in a second. He bought a bunch of, I think he found a bunch of safety glasses at a church bazaar, and he bought them for $1 each.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's what's it called style? The industrial modern. Oh, crap.
Yeah, vintage. I love the look of them too. Like, yeah, that with the side thing there. American optical safety glass with side shades. And he said he listed a few for $199, sold for best offer of $115. It's like, wow, that's like, again, that's the sort of thing. I don't know whether a lot of people would think about that when they're actually looking at, if they're at a sale. If you saw a batch of like safety glasses, would you think this is something I should pick up? Like everybody who's watching us right now, would you just walk by something like this? Is it something that you pick up because it's like so different?
I would totally. I cannot remember the name of the style. It's like stories that are set in the past but have modern technology.
Steampunk.
Steampunk. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
They're very steampunk. I mean, if you put that in the title, if he has more, you put that in the title. That would be amazing.
Do you guys ever look through the sunglasses at the stores?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh,
I try to, but I always forget. But I've never found anything. So, again,
I always find a whole bunch of old lady glasses.
Oh, I just look for sunglasses.
Charmaine said she wouldn't have looked twice. Heather said she'd pick them up. And Michael's picked up a few in boxes because of railroad here. I don't know what. I like Greg. Anything for $1. Okay.
I'll buy that for $1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whose baby is that?
Never looked through sunglasses. Let me see. Next on our little fans thing is this. I'm just trying to find where this is. This is. Okay, where is that? I can't find whose this was. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find the next one. Where we go? So with us here, Andrew was this. It is. Sorry, they went out of order on me, and now I'm trying to figure out whose is what. Well, this one I know. So let me just pop this one in because I have to find the people's messages to actually figure out what it is. So this is actually Lisa Bolin bought this. Their best sale for June. Bought 3 of these. There we go. Bought 3 of these in a huge auction lot. 2 solid white and 1 brown speckled. Paid less than $10 each. Sold the white one immediately for $160 US on Etsy.
I think you shared that one before, Lisa.
The brown one, yeah, I remember you showing us the white one. The brown one was listed since November. And she cross-listed it to Posh and eBay, and ended up selling it for $169 on eBay for this. And again, this is just this cute little thing that I don't know whether I would probably pick this up. I know Rick would easily pick up something that looked like this. Like
I would.
He would easily gravitate and grab something like that.
It's cookies and cream, Ram.
Oh, that's cute. And again, you don't have to know the name of everything either. Like Namal Israel porcelain. I don't know.
Naaman.
Naaman?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you would know that. Like, I wouldn't know that name. So just because you don't know a name doesn't mean that you should skip it. Lisa, the size of your fist.
Can I just say how much I love the store name? Bitchin' Kitchen. I love that. I would walk by this because I need to learn my things. I'd be like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's nice, and keep going. Everyone else would pick it up, though. That's what I like about this game.
She says that the lot she got at that auction also had plates.
Let me see if I can find something else in here, which is I'm trying to figure out where the other stuff is that people had. Sorry. Oh, this particular thing. This is actually something Heather Malkoff bought a bunch of stuff, and she was like, I don't know what this is. Should I just throw this out? And I said, no, don't throw it out. It's actually just this little plastic stand, and it's actually a Barbie stand. I think she got a couple of these, and it was like she got $15 for this. And so that's one of the things, actually, I always say to people, when you're looking at stuff, especially on the doll side, if you're a Kennel Club member, what do? Elisa?
If it's less than a latte, it must be bought A.
Or Andrew?
Or ask Craig.
You message. So we had a conversation going last week about something, and that was you might have heard us talk about the fluff thing, and it was Elisa sent pictures of, should I look at this? What is and one of the items that she identified, I said, it's fluff, and she thought I meant it's fluff, and I was like, no, it's a doll called Fluff.
Yeah, I thought it was trash. I'm like, should I buy it? He's like, it's $4.
It's all fluff. And she goes, but should I buy it? It's fluff. Goes, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was like completely.
Yeah, he
There's
was
a lot of
mad
that
at me
around
too.
here.
And then I found 2 Mary Poppins dolls, and I made sure I checked for the nipples.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was so proud.
That was her first comment. Here's some Marys. I'll have to check for their nipples. And it was like, this is the strangest conversation most people would have. But mine has a couple of those standing around. Yeah, people want those. Go back to that picture. People want those stands. Like
they're also available in a clear plastic.
A clear plastic one as well. They also can be used as a seat for the dolls if they're turned upside down. The dolls, there's the top of some of the. I'm not in the picture there. The top of the actual cases the dolls came in were 2 plastic little squares, and this would actually sit to help the bottom of the case turn into a seat. Yeah, Lisa sold one of those stands last year. Hers was clear. Did not know there's Barbie stands of all sorts of kinds. So metal doll stands, if you have any, yes, actually, strangely enough, I've been seeing metal doll stands do really well on eBay. That's really Heather's. I'm afraid to throw anything out, and I don't know everything that's out there. I do give as best advice as I can on a lot of things, but there's times where it's like I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, I do not know what that is. Now I'm gonna pop through a few other things in here. And I'm not going to attribute them to the right people. I'm sorry, just because I cannot find everybody's items in here. So if you'll see an item, you'll go, oh, that was mine. But I got to figure out a better way to do this so I know whose stuff is what. This is some of the other amazing things that are sold. We talked about this last week, actually. This is the Gold Dimensions Gold Collection. So somebody had a gold collection. Gift of the Feathery was $64. This is the cross stitch kits. Yeah. So that's something that's actually, well, Charmaine, send me a message and I'll tell you what they are and what they should sell for, because that's easy. And Brian is a member of the Kennel Club, so that's allowable. This was Adventures of the Black Stallion DVDs, $99. Now, again, it's the kind of thing you'd think, do these actually go still? Yes, DVDs. We've seen DVDs, box sets. They're all doing really, really well.
Yeah, before you invest any money in them.
On this one, so let me just go back. That was Lisa's. This is funny because Rick always buys slide rules. Somebody, Magpie Sue, a vintage slide rule. There's that's Rick's big thing. He loves buying slide rules, and we actually sold one of this sort of thing last weekend. And again, $42 for just a slide rule. These actually come out a lot of times. Like you'll find these at a lot of different garage sales and things like that, because it's just people getting rid of stuff that they don't really use too much anymore. This was an interesting one, which was a sale. Now, the person who bought this card, if I recall correctly, spent like $30 on the card, then spent $40 getting it graded.
Yeah.
So they spent a total of $70 on it to get it graded. But you can see they ended up getting $450 for it after they ended up getting it graded. So that is, I'm trying to remember who it was. No, that's the other one. That's the other good story. It's not Lisa. I'm not sure. Oh, the slide rules actually may have been Susan. But that's sometimes it's beneficial to get things graded. And yeah, $450. I would never know. And Connor Bedard is a huge, newer, this is 2023, 2024. This is not a 20-year-old card. This is a rookie card from this season practically. To get $450 for it, it's amazing. Now, this is the one I got to tell you the story about. So, this is a set here, and I don't know if you can see it. Lego Lord of the Rings Battle of Helm's Deep with 8 minifigures.
Wow.
$599. And this is Laura Strong. And Laura said she went for a drive up to Fenland Falls to hit their local Salvation Army. They had a big bin of Lego in their case. So I looked at it. After I was going through the checkout, I thought, you know what? I'll take a look. Some parts looked like they were Star Wars and maybe a Harry Potter. And they were only asking $30. So I grabbed it. Once I got home, I started going through it. And I started to identify some of the parts as being for Lord of the Rings Battle of Helm's Deep. I kept digging, and to my surprise, all of the minifigures were in a Ziploc bag.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Come on,
Now,
come on.
what she did do, and again, this is sometimes what you want to do. I'm going to actually be doing this with 2 Lego sets that I have. She went and bought parts to make it complete.
Bricklink?
It's called Bricklink.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got the full asking price of $600 in less than a week. Plus, she still has some Lego left over in a bin that she's going to sell as a bundle.
How much she paid for it though?
$30.
Oh wow, nice.
So
Canadian.
$30.
Canadian.
And then like it might have been 2 hours of time going through everything. It's just like right now I have a couple of sets and I have to go through them and I know they're missing like 6 pieces. So if I buy those 6 pieces on a site like Bricklink, it might cost me another $20, but the 2 sets that I've got are $400 and $500 sets if they're complete. So I might as well spend the extra $30 to make them complete than to try and sell them as missing a couple of pieces. Like it's worth doing that extra little thing. And yeah, Bricklink, as Rick said, it's one word for that. Lego has become incredibly expensive. Yeah. My big story of one of my stories I've told, I think I've told this before, but this is about 4 years ago. We were driving around Buffalo. We drove up this one street. I got out of the car and I went to this house, and on their driveway was probably about 10 Star Wars Lego sets. In most of them in boxes and a couple of them in bins. Millennium Falcon, all these things. And I looked at them and I went, I didn't really know much about Lego. So I thought, how much? I think I might even said, how much is this? And the lady said like $150. And I went, okay. And I walked back to the car and I said to Rick, she wants $150 for all of that Lego. And Rick looked it up and he said, start the car, run. And I opened the door and a guy came up the driveway and said, mine, and took it all.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was probably about at least $1,000 worth of Lego.
You should have gone up to the lady and said, charge him like $250. It's worth much more.
I know. I have a
You
story.
know.
One of my-
Look, I got a camera to work on this summer. They're cute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better. That happened to me this summer, but it was with Harry Potter. Like they had like 10 or 12 kits of Harry Potter Lego,
Yep.
and I just missed it. So yeah, it happens. And someone's actually telling me at Valley Village they had a whole bunch of vintage Star Wars kits, and they said they'd never seen a guy more happy to buy a bunch of Lego before. So
We did see some actually the last time we were down in the States, Rick, didn't we? We were at a garage sale and a guy was looking at stuff, and they didn't have it priced low though. They were pricing your stuff at $15, $25, and $35 a box.
yeah,
But they probably had about 15 boxes of Lego like things, and that's the only thing I'm never sure of is like, you don't want to spend $200 on a bunch of Lego that you don't know what's inside them, because if the kids played with them, if they all got mixed up, I don't have 14 hours to try and figure out one set.
There was another guy that was trying to buy everything and they wouldn't give him a bulk price.
Yeah, they just said everything's the price that's on it. Like if you know, like he goes,
Yeah.
you wouldn't give me any discount if I buy all 30 of these. And they're like,
I
nope.
was like, nope, what's happening there?
yeah.
I think he did end up picking out what he wanted, though. Here's some other fab buys. We got the that love pure linen tea towel, $21 for a tea towel. That's great. This is an interesting Ken Edwards pottery vase, butterfly design. This was sold on Etsy. And it's a really cute unicorn. I really like the unicorn that's on it.
Fun.
$84 on that. Queen of the North. A magnet. A $1.99 magnet for BC Fairies. That's sold for $15.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
And
Nice
a Jellycat.
Mandy? Is this from Mandy?
Jellycat.
Jellycat is good.
$40. Now I'm trying to remember. I think this might have been
Flippistics.
huh?
It says right there, Flippistics
It's
name.
Andrew. Sorry, it's Andrews. Those were both Andrews. And this is his main store because he didn't sell a lot in his book side of things in the past month. So those are two of the things that he ended up selling. And this lovely little lamp as well. And that was, let's see when I can't. Oh, I don't know what it sold for. But it's a lovely lamp that must have sold for something.
I see that style all the time. Like
I have
all
a
the time.
picture of that lamp for some reason. So somebody gave me
Okay.
that lamp and I forgot who it was.
Oh man, I want to know.
Charmaine,
I'll see if I can find it later.
Charmaine
Take me a second.
Comforts.
I just want to brag about a couple.
Brag.
Tell us.
Charmaine.
Oh, it's Charmaine. Oh, that's right, because Charmaine sells on Facebook, so she doesn't actually have the sold things on there. So, okay, let me just find that. I can find Charmaine's message in here. I delete all my ads after so no. Bought it for Tiffany, my little.
Sold for 20.
Bought it for 10 and
Sold
sold
for
for 20 locally. There we go.
Okay,
So-
because I see those all the
20.
time.
Yep.
And she does a lot again on Facebook, locally on Facebook Marketplace. Let me just see. So I want you're going to be able to brag some more. So here is one of my favorite. I just watched episode 1 and 2 this past weekend. It's Hannah Montana. I did. I watched them on the Disney show last weekend.
Is that what the giggling was?
Yes, that was the giggling. Inspired by the show, Miley's godmother and grandmother can't get along. Will it ruin her big award tonight? I will always loathe you.
Yeah, that's mine.
$41.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. I like the price.
I know. Me too. Yeah, it's like I had that for a while, but I'm like, you know what? Oh, Miley Cyrus, people like her apparently. So
I guess it. Well, and again, some of this stuff, it's that sort of wave of like the people who may have watched Miley are now in that I want to catch what I used to. That's why you always want to take a look at sort of that circular thing. It's like I think High School Musical is doing a little bit of a comeback because now I think it's been like 20 years or something like that since High School Musical came out. Wildcat in the house. Sorry. You also sold a Yeti, not the hairy kind. This is a Yeti Daydream.
yeah, I got that at a my librarian convention that I went to in April, and and I mean I won the raffle and I got that. I'm like, ooh, I'm selling this.
Yeti is a really popular brand.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a unusual color too, and it's still really fast.
$68. Nice.
For a lunchbox. Oh yeah.
Beekman's World. Again, part of that retro thought. People are thinking back. Beekman's World.
Yep, that's mine too. That's I got a couple of them. I mean, it's over 5 years ago. I mean, they've been up for a long time. But Beekman. That was I think late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, 1994.
Yeah, I love Beekman. No wonder I became like a sciencey teacher.
$50.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Cool.
I think this is yours as well, right?
That's mine too. Yep, that is the Atomic Franciscan pottery. I looked at, I think it was like about 2 years ago. I was in South Jersey, and they rolled out a 2-wire carts of like a complete set with all the crockery, the plates. I still have. I'm still selling stuff. I got some like right here. Every size, bowl. Oops. Yeah, but that was I think it's a casserole dish. And I mean, no nicks, nothing.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a very popular set. If you are on any of the vintage Facebook groups and
Yeah.
you mention Franciscan pottery or show a picture of it, you get death stares.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw one like the one of the 50s, the MCM groups. Someone shipped one like in a really bad way, and like some plates or bowls, and it broke. So yeah, they were like,
Doug just went,
I have that.
Let me just see. This is something.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is one of yours, Carl. This is the two. I couldn't get a picture of it because it just showed out as currently sold out.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
it is the Tudors, the Royal Collection DVD. And as they're saying, this is stuff that actually people are still selling DVDs and CD packages. Do you remember how much that sold for?
Yeah, it was 25 Canadian, American plus shipping.
And again, a pickup
Yeah,
from
25.
like just a thrift store pickup.
Max sold, big box lot, just thrown in with the lot.
Oh,
I
so
think I
one of
paid
those things where
$1.
you paid like $2 or whatever for a whole bunch of DVDs. And
Yeah, $1, I think. What I do often is like if I have to go to the auction anyways, anything that doesn't have any bids on it, I'll just pay $1 for anything I can easily pick up, and I find stuff that way. And this was a case of that.
DVD sales are dropping off right now, but there's still lots of good ones. Yeah, I think it to some degree it is slowing down, but you still can find those ones that you can flip for good money. And then there's this.
I don't know if I've shown the Ben 10 before. I might have shown it. I can't remember. But you find these on the baggy wall all the time. There's different versions, so you can't just generically pick up anyone. But they look like this. Once you've seen one, you'll never forget it.
It's the green and black for Ben 10.
For Ben 10, and I think they sell $40 pretty quick. This is another thing though that you can actually find. This is not like a holy grail. You'll find these on a regular basis. So
because it was a huge show for a long time.
It was a huge show, and there's tons of variants on it. So one might be worth $5, one might be worth $50. You never know. You have to look close.
Well, I got two things left to show you from mine. One was this, and Rick laughed at me because I was at an estate sale, and they had this box, and it was an old Hershey almond box, and it was $5. And I said, I'm buying this. And he said, you've got to be kidding me. You're buying a $5 box. And I said, yes, I'm buying this $5 box. And I put it up, and in less than 24 hours, it sold for $25.
There you go.
Yeah, it took me half an hour to gently erase all of the pencil
Yes,
marks.
there was a big pencil mark there, and I said, can you fix this? So yes, it was a half an hour invested in erasing the pencil.
It was like a dark
The interesting thing about it was that there are a ton of these boxes up there, but very few. In fact, I think there might be 60 or 70 listed on eBay right now. None of them had a price on them. So I think that's what sold this. Is it's the 5-cent like on the box itself.
Too bad it's not a Warhol.
And then from a previous Thrifted or Throw It, I showed you this is the last thing we're going to show today. I showed you this thing at a previous Thrifted or Throw It, and it was something that scared the heck out of me, but I thought it was so funny I had to pick them up. It was $7.99, and it's a plate again. And I did an auction for these, and I didn't sell any of them. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to re-put them back up. So I put them back on. I took the auction price up by 20 or $30. And this was one of the things. This is kind of tacky, but it is the Crying Jackie O, and it's by a company called Pure Evil. And this is called JFK's Nightmare. That's the actual name of this one piece from it here. And it is Royal Dalton. But I had to pick up I picked up 4 different ones from this Pure Evil set.
Yeah.
And I only relisted this about a week and a half ago. And I listed it at, I think, 120. Just gigantic jump. Just throw it out in the blue.
Yeah.
And I actually then put it down to 95. And then I had an offer that I sent out an offer for $80. And the person grabbed it. And that's again, I paid $7.99 for this. So I've covered the cost of all 4 of them, and I'm still making $30 or $40. And it's actually going to the UK. It's like all the way back to the UK. And when we went to get it, Rick was like looking and looking. It's only like this big.
I forgot that it was like a
It
little.
wasn't a giant plate. It's just a
6-inch
little baby
plate.
plate.
Right.
So I did put the size of the plate in the description.
Yes.
7 inches round. It is in there in the description. So
I thought it was like the sort of medium, salad plate size.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So yeah, that box would have been. You would have listed that on Etsy for $49. I listed it as auctions. Oh, you would have listed the chocolate box. I think Lisa was talking about.
Okay, before we go, I'm going to show everybody my semi-goth phase.
Yay.
Excellent.
That is me when I was 18.
There it
With
is.
my
There's
flock
the
of seagulls hair.
That's awesome.
That's an album cover.
And you went full tie and everything. The skinny tie.
Skinny tie.
Yeah.
It's actually a blue suit with sparkly, or it's a black suit with sparkly blue lines. I didn't take any color photos of it, so there you go.
Oh, that's so good.
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
And I met him about 2 years after that. So he had that same youthful appeal to me. Hopefully you saw some stuff that appealed to you
What about
in our
this
What
one?
Sold this month.
I think that's why he married
Thank
me.
you, Rick.
Uh,
In our What Sold this month. Carl, Elisa, thank you so much for showing you a bunch of your stuff. Everybody who gave us and shared stuff with us. Sorry if I missed your name on a couple of those things. I'll figure out a better way next month to show you and attribute them to you. But again, some amazing Facebook sales and Etsy sales as well. Again, July, I think, is for everybody. Elisa says she's doing it. We're going to be doing it. Carl, I don't know if you're going to be doing it too. It's time to sort of relook at where everything's going. You've just had 2 months probably of sucky sales. Carl, an $80 sale. Me had an $80 2 weeks sale. Time to take a look and say, what am I going to do with this? Am I going to donate it? Am I going to do this? I'm going to do that. That's going to be either next week or the week after. And then we also have a Thrift It or Throw It coming up, which is one of our fun ones as well. So thank you all for joining us here on our Two Dogs Digs Tuesday Hall Pass. Hopefully you'll find some amazing stuff if you're out there this weekend. If you're in the States, happy Independence Day on Thursday. I don't know if that's big weekend for garage sales or not.
Yeah.
I know it was Happy Canada Day yesterday for us, and it rained, so there weren't a lot of garage sales on the weekend. They ended up coming on to July 1st. I know that Carl's got 1 or 2 big neighborhood sales that are coming up in the Ottawa area still.
I don't even know those.
The Glebe one passed, but I'm following a couple of others that look like they're coming up. So hopefully you'll have some fun shopping there. But it's also time to remember you got to get rid of the stuff you got. So be very
Selective.
Very picky about what you're going to end up picking out, so that you can flip it and not be sitting to hold on to it like the 200, 800 items that we have downstairs. Time to get rid of some of them. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us here. We'll see you again in a week. And remember, Kennel Club members, watch out for your woof that's coming up later on this week. Thanks so much. Woof.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Offers is the name of the game. Got it.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.